My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Every single week, we break down full fight cards. We give you our picks, our bets, and our fantasy plays. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our content. Then we have Danilo Marques and Jailton Almeida in sort of a battle of the grapplers. Danilo Marques is 11-3 overall, 4-1 in his last five, coming off the stoppage loss to Kennedy and Chukwue. Jailton Almeida is 14-2 overall. He's 5-0 in his last five, riding a 9-fight stoppage streak. Danilo Marques is a solid grappler with lots of takedowns and plenty of control. He does have technical boxing, but there isn't much power in his strikes, and his path to victory is grappling. If you watch the loss against Chukwue, he was okay in the striking exchanges. He dominated the grappling exchanges, and then he was knocked out at the very end of the fight because he was just a little too comfortable striking when he shouldn't have been. Jailton Almeida is the real deal. He's a great prospect right now. He has powerful hands, and he's actually considers himself a striker when the rest of us, it's very clear to us that he's a grappler. All of his wins are by stoppage, and that's because he is like a dog with a bone. He will come in hot and relentlessly work for takedowns. And once he's on the ground, he will chase submissions and hit you in those transitions. The issue, however, is he takes risks that he shouldn't. And he ends up getting swept. He ends up being put in positions. He ends up, being almost full mount and then ending up in somebody's guard. So he is absolutely submission over position, and that has gotten into some trouble in the past. And this fight feels like they're giving Almeida a fight that he can win so he can sort of be the next big deal in this weight class. And I honestly agree that that's what the UFC is doing here. Danilo has solid grappling, but I don't think it's as good as Almeida's. What he does do better, though, is he has more control. He won't take those crazy risks. He will get control, stay there, lock it in, and then work a position. So Danilo can find himself sort of winning a scramble that Almeida created because he took a risk that he shouldn't have, and then stealing rounds. So I don't think Danilo has any stoppage potential, and he would need to avoid a lot of the bigger strikes on the feet. But Danilo could sneak out a win here with an overzealous Almeida taking risks. My pick is Almeida, but I think these odds are wide, especially if you consider the experience difference between the two of them. I understand Almeida has more fights, but not at this level. If you dig into those, a lot of those are sort of bottom feeder fights earlier in his career. So Almeida's the pick, but I think Danilo Marques can make this an ugly fight and capitalize on some of Almeida's, I'm going to call them mistakes, but him chasing submissions that aren't there. I can see Danilo Marques capitalizing on those, but I do see Danilo losing